with Team USA easily topping South Sudan just a week and a half after nearly losing to that team in an exhibition game. Jason Tatum started for the U.S. after never getting off the bench against Serbia. The U.S. built a big lead in the first half. They never looked back. They won 103-86. Wilbon, you predicted an easy win. What are your thoughts on today's result?
Yeah, I mean, Tony, this wasn't that hard. After that first game you referred to 10 days ago, in which South Sudan, a country that has reportedly, zero indoor basketball courts, none.
Yeah, I read that.
Scared the daylights out of this team with the last possession that could have resulted in a South Sudan victory. You can call it a friendly, you can call it whatever you want. The United States losing in basketball would still be a big deal. They won that game by 1, and you knew they were going to treat this game with the sort of the proper respect. Appropriate fear, I think is what Steve Kerr called it. Might be stealing that from his old coach, Greg Popovich. Whatever the case, Tony, I don't have much in the way of thoughts on this game. I think I texted you yesterday. I said 38 was my over-under on margin of victory for the U.S. team.
Yeah.
Okay, I went a little crazy, but this was going to be the blowout. They were going to take it seriously. They were going to be the better team, which they should be. As Chris Rock famously once said, you don't get a lot of credit for doing what you're supposed to do. This is what we're supposed to do to South Sudan.
Yeah, as a result, Team USA is now into the quarterfinals, where they will face at some point down the road stiffer competition. The last game really was a wake-up call, because I'm sure the American players said, wait a second, we had to score in the last seconds of this game to beat South Sudan? Come on, we got to do better than that. That went from the coach down. I will give people out there the exact text exchange from yesterday. Exact. I wrote you, U.S. will beat South Sudan by 30. Jason Tatum will be no worse than the third leading scorer. I was wrong about that. He only had 4 points. And you sent back this exact text. I told Don, your brother, my over-under is 38. So we both thought they would win big, bigger than they actually won.
We overbid.
Yes, but neither of us thought there'd be another embarrassment. And so,
okay, so I watched this whole game. I think we keep trying to act like when you blow out a team by a ton, it means you're significantly better than them, and if not, and I think Dwayne Wade actually highlighted this perfectly. I think he talked about it when it was against Spain, where at one round they crushed them by like 40 or 50. Then when they played them again, they only won by like a significantly less margin. So just because you blow out a team doesn't mean that you're that much superior than them versus a close game. We see this in the NBA Finals. There was a couple, blowout losses, and the team that was on the receiving end of that ends up winning the finals. I think the Warriors did that a couple times, or at the very least during the playoff series as a whole. So I think just the way how basketball is played these days, you can get such swings in scores and get such large gaps and deficits that I think it doesn't always tell a complete picture. With that said, obviously, I think Team USA is significantly light years better than South Sudan, but I just don't like the idea of like, well, if they didn't win by 40, that means that they're not that good, right? I feel like that's a little bit of the narrative that's kind of being sprinkled out a little bit. It seems like people are trying to find reasons not to like Team USA rather than support them. It's actually very weird, because I think a lot of people are trying to, I don't know if it's people that are just like anti-American or anti-LeBron, and they want to say this isn't as good as the Dream Team, or I don't know what it is, but or if it's like they feel that it's cool to like not like Team USA because America's bad, and Jokic and and Giannis and the best players in the NBA are no longer American. But it does. It feels like it's kind of a mixed bag of support, kind of almost like similar to women's soccer, honestly, how a lot of people it seems like most Americans are kind of rooting for them to, lose. But like that actually can make a little bit more sense to me, because that team itself has said like negative things about their country, about America. They're a little bit more confrontational and controversial. That's not Team USA at all. LeBron James, for the most part, is not controversial. I understand people don't, love him to as much as maybe say like a Michael Jordan or even like a Kobe Bryant, but he's obviously great. He's obviously the gold standard of what you want out of a mega superstar. So when he's representing your country, to not support him is just kind of insane to me. I mean, Steph Curry, KD, Anthony Davis, Jason Tatum. I mean, it's like, what are we talking about? This team is so easy to root for. and expect to win. And they're so exciting to watch. They play awesome basketball. It's exciting, it's physical, it's fast, it's got size, it's got depth, it's got great defense. They're just a great team. They really are. But I think they also understand the assignment. They're obviously trying hard and they want to blow out these teams to a degree. But also, someone like LeBron who understands the pacing of a game better than anyone in the NBA, in basketball as a whole, I suppose, and just understanding of what's possible in any given moment. And so he knows when to kind of let off the gas, push, pull, right? He's very smart with that relationship to the game, both himself and also just the flow of the game itself. And so I think if LeBron really kind of set out and said, all right, we got to win by like 50, let's go, it would be a different approach. But he's also recognizing, yeah, man, we win this game. Sure, we want to blow them out and all that fun stuff. But like at the same time, we just got to come out with this win. We all got to stay healthy. And then boom, we're in the quarterfinals. Like he's got the bigger picture in mind. And he also knows he's going to play harder competition. So to me, these games are more about just getting situated, getting comfortable, staying healthy, going hard and understanding the flow and getting into these games and seeing what they're like, because it is different than the NBA. And especially for some of these younger guys that are definitely unaccustomed to it. Even just the ball, seriously, even the ball, the way how it's colored can be a little distracting. I mean, you would think like, oh, it's just a ball, but it's not. Every little detail can start to influence these players. You might even notice it just by you watching it. When you watch it, you're like, oh, this feels different on my eyes, and you can't quite place it. Imagine how the players feel. It's a real thing that you gotta get comfortable in. It's why they have those exhibitions and stuff. So it's just going to be really interesting to see this continue to unfold. It's been great basketball. I've honestly really, really enjoyed it. I wish it could be a little bit more competitive just because I like competitive ball. Obviously, I still want Team USA to win, but I think they're just playing great ball. There's no reason to doubt them or to be nervous. I had no feelings that South Sudan was going to beat them or whatnot. It's just those random games happen occasionally, which is what happened during the exhibition. It's just the way basketball can be played. And I just think when USA plays South Sudan 9 out of 10 times, this is what you're going to get. USA is going to win and going to win quite convincingly. And I think Team USA will continue to do that throughout the Olympics. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Did you watch the game? What did you think about it? Do you think Team USA will continue to cruise on their way to a gold? Or do you think they're going to kind of start to face some stiffer competition come time the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals? And then who knows? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so that you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.